The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jameis going to look to throw right away. Got his man, Baker. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he works free. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
On play action, Winston. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw again on second down, Winston. And get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
Winston now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. In for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Forced out to his left. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they're trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
Winston's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. On first down, Atkinson, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Atkinson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss. They'll set up to throw. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Back to throw here. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up. The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Saints 14, Falcons nothing.
1st and 10, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 and the 44-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
That's out quickly to London. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's able to find Melton. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Patterson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Winston. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5. Play fake. Winston. Finds Hill on the crossing route, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First down, Winston. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Winston. That going to be caught downfield by Hill. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
On play action, they'll throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Here's Winston. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Deion Jones came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Baker. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
It only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there. But this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts as time expires in the first half. And the Falcons get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Right back to him on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards, and that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Jameis now on first down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
When nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the second straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a loss of 14 that time, and it'll make this a second and long.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They juked him. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in this third quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston. There's Chris Olave. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Winston on target to Olave for the Saints first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Winston now to throw on first down. Flush to his right. He completes it to Olave. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On second and very short, Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Deion Jones picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. On third down, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Winston. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Winston. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On third down, Atkinson, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Cycle. Ready.
Now back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's able to find Melton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On 2nd down, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we could make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Dixon. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons have taken a 4th quarter lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Jameis to throw it. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. It's a 1st down, and that catch also puts him at 150 yards receiving now for the game. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Winston. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Winston. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Winston to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on fourth down. Here's Winston. He's going to let it fly. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Winston. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.